Let's go. What up, fam? Hit that like, hit that subscribe, ring the bell tonight. Giddy up. That's my baby. That's my baby.
We're going at it at 110%.
I just want 5 minutes of happiness, please. Just give me 5 minutes.
And they scored! They did it!
Left, feet left.
What the hell was that?
Oh, yeah!
What the fuck are you talking about?
Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes.
Welcome in, everybody. This is Fan Friday, only on A2D Radio. Every Friday night, we are brought to you by EXP Realty. Looking to buy or sell a home for a change in career or brokerage? Contact Alan Foy of EXP Realty at 302-682-8820 or visit them, alan.foy at exprealty.com. What's up, family? Welcome in. And this is Fan Friday. We like to get you involved, not only throughout the show and comments, but maybe a jump on, maybe a hop on for 5 minutes. Love to have you tonight. Tom Arnone, Pete Young, John Schmidt. Schmidt, that's how we say it, right, Johnny? Your last name? Yep. I don't know if I ever heard your last name before. That's just no notes on your last name. You know, I was in your Twitter inbox earlier, so I mean, I did look at it. I did see it. So good call. By week 3, John, I should have known that by heart. So that's, you know, I still got it right, even though I act like I did. And bomb, we got an out, but we got a run in. So did a job. Fan call-ins like we talked about. Eagles draft talk. We'll dive into it later on the show. We'll have a rapid fire because we have a ton of questions. So we'll do that as well. Sixers, they lose 3 straight. Are you concerned? Are you worried? We'll discuss a little bit. Ben Simmons, what is it? What's going on? What kind of illness is this? Nobody knows. Is he going to play tomorrow night? Still up in the air. Joel Embiid questionable. I'm not really worried about Joel. When's Ben coming back? Last night, he gave up 77 points in the first half. Oh. And that's just all because of Ben? Like, you got to play defense. So other guys obviously weren't last night. Phillies versus Rockies. Live reactions is the main topic at hand. Phillies up 2-0. Gotta win this series, right? Absolutely need to win this series.
There's ballpark, man.
Yeah, Vince Velasquez threw 3
with a hit
and a hit with a goose egg, though. The old gooser, the old goose egg. How long does that hold true and stand for? Right? Watch him go out and deal like we all trashed him. We all trashed him. You know, and I trash him all the time. But watch him deal tonight just because we trashed him for so long. But everything ties into our poll question brought to you by BodyCheckWellness.com. Use promo code A2D. Get yourself 20% off at checkout. Body Check Wellness line of products. What'd you say?
I said, come on, Nikki.
Body Check Wellness, a line of products that promote wellness, balance, and recovery by using the full potential of hemp. They come in extracts, blends, gummies, and topicals. Use promo code A2D, 20% off. Our poll question is, you still believe, or maybe you never believed at all, but if you did believe, the poll would be, you still believe the Phillies are a playoff team? Agree or disagree? Now, if you never believed it from Jump Street, then it's obviously going to be a disagree. So before anybody answers it in the comments and we talk about it on here, if you had him as one, if you had him as a wild card team, do you still believe that to be true? Agree or disagree? Let us know. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. That's where we're live. Everywhere you get your podcast, we're there as well. Like, subscribe, follow, download, join the conversation. Tell your friends, tell your family. This is hard for me because I was an agree guy. I mean that they were a playoff team because I really was looking at this lineup and saying, okay, this lineup can hit with anybody in baseball. Now, early on, I've not seen that consistently that they can, right? McCutchen hasn't been good. There's been other issues. Hoskins hasn't been good. I mean, when you're 1 and 2 struggle at the top of your lineup's not going to be good. Just how that works. 1 and 2 got to hit. They have to get on base or they got to hit. One of the two. So they haven't, right? The pitching staff. Matt Moore's been atrocious. Now the bullpen's banged up. I don't know how to feel about this team because right now they're 9-9. They're a 500 baseball team, and that's what they've been the last X amount of years. So what's changed? Because one player, like I said from jump, like Bryce Harper has had an MVP caliber season for this team to be considered a playoff team. Even with that, you have to get other pieces have to deliver, right? Other pieces have to deliver throughout this lineup. Your starters have to deliver. Zach Wheeler the other night has to deliver. Your bullpen has to deliver. With all that said, I want to believe Dave Dombrowski isn't here to sit on his hands, right? I want to believe that. So I'm going to buy into that he's not. And being that I buy in that he's not going to sit on his hands, I feel like that he will go address the holes on this baseball team by the deadline the best way he can and what's available. But they're not going to stand pat. So I'm going to say agree. I still believe it. And it might be some homerism because I want playoff baseball in Red October so goddamn bad. So it might be homerism. If it is, I'm sorry. But I want to believe. You spend all this goddamn money. All this goddamn money. People argue who's the ace, Noel or Wheeler. Noel's the ace. Until Zach Wheeler's been consistent, because he hasn't had a consistent career, per se. So until he's consistent, why are we even arguing this? Who cares? They both got to pitch well. Zach Eflin's got to continue to pitch well. But who are 4 and 5? And that's going to be the question mark in this bullpen. And is Andrew McCutchen too old? And we're going to have a little rapid fire with that. Is Reese Hoskins, what is he? What is he? So there's so many question marks. And I'm still going to say agree. Because that's a lot out of hope. A lot out of hope, boys. So that's where I stand on it. You guys tell me.
Go ahead, Pete.
All right. I mean, yeah, I'm going to go with agree. Like, obviously, it's a slow start. You didn't want to see that. But, I have a lot of faith in the top 3 pitching. I feel like Eflin, Wheeler, and Nola are going to be one of your strengths. Will they be consistent in time? Sure. But I have a lot of faith in them. I believe the bullpen is a massive improvement over last year. Take out.
Not hard to do.
Yeah, I know. Take out like your bums like David Hale, and they've been extremely solid. Obviously the offense is really slow right now, but I believe they're gonna fire back. I don't know what's gonna happen with McCutchen because I don't exactly believe in him right now. I just think maybe injuries have taken their toll. Reese, Reese has obviously been hot and cold, but I've liked what I've seen from him this year as opposed to how he started last year. Like how he started last year was a fucking abysmal. And Alec Bohm is starting to get going. Bryce is getting going. Segura was knocking it before he got hurt. I'm liking what I'm seeing out of Matan. This was a top 5 offense in baseball last year. Like I really feel that it's a slow start, and then once things get going later in games or later in the season, you're gonna see that surefire, hard-hitting baseball team. As far as Dave Dombrowski, like you were saying, he didn't come here to sit on his ass all season. That's just not happening. He's not – I think what you're most likely seeing is him just waiting the market, seeing what's out there, what can he do to improve the team. He did a lot of moves that are low risk, high reward in terms of like guys like Chris Anderson, Matt Moore, Jose Alvarado, Sam Coonrod, stuff like that. Just today, we were at the workout of Anibal Sanchez. It's clear he's not done building this team. it's also clear he's looking to next year to see what could happen because you're going to have a lot of contracts off the books. But as for this year, I think where we could be at the deadline, you could see that aggressive, hard-hitting, no bullshit taking Dave Dombrowski where he swings for the fences, depending on what moves could be there. As far as this season, I have to believe they're going to make the playoffs. Like you said, I want Red October, baby. I want Phillies baseball. I miss it. I still remember being out in the streets celebrating my birthday with my aunt one year, and everyone in Philadelphia, and everyone was just going buck wild because Phillies baseball was here, man. It was time, and I want that time again. If I'm a homer, I'm a homer. Let's go. We're gonna make the playoffs. I agree.
All right. Keys, 215 with a $10 super chat. We appreciate you, brother. Says love you guys. Oh, love you right back. And
Love you, brother.
Coyle, yes, that was a Tom Arnone jinx on Vince Velasquez. You know what I mean? And I did it on purpose because I hate Vince.
Yeah, as Pete was talking, we saw the future Philly in 2022 hit a home run, Trevor Story. But anyways, I hate to be this guy because I love.
No, you don't.
Love. I would love the Phillies to make the playoffs, but I'm going to say that they're not going to make the playoffs because I just don't want to be played with again. I just don't want to have this situation where
You're in the wrong city.
the last couple of years, I believed in the Phillies. They let me down. So I'm going to be smarter than that. I'm going to expect them to be a 500 team, probably miss the playoffs by a few games. But on paper, this team should make the playoffs. Like, this team has way too much talent. They're paying way too much money, like Tom, you said. They're paying way too much money to not make the playoffs. They're a top 5 payroll in baseball, and we need to make the playoffs, bottom line.
Yeah, there's no excuses this year. I mean, years past, you had maybe some excuses. This year, you have no excuses not to be a playoff team.
Yep.
0. And if you're not, I don't know if that bodes well for Joe Girardi either.
No, it does not.
Don't give him another full one because last year wasn't a full season.
No.
So he'll get another full one, of course. But
one thing I will say is that starting off the season going back to back against the Mets and Braves, I don't think was like the best of starts. You know what I mean? Because going against all that stud pitching so early in the season probably doesn't exactly make the numbers look that great.
No.
That's why I wanted to see how they look in the next few homes against the next few teams to see if that's what they really are or if they're going to be a team that struggles like they did against the Mets and the Braves.
Or like they did against the Giants.
Yeah, against the Giants. So,
that's not a good, it's not a good look coming out of the series where it's like, okay, I got to go take 2 or 3 against the San Fran team that I'm better than. You know what I mean? Like, I should be better than, and they didn't. And it's not like they have an excuse to, like, where it's like they've been a playoff team where it's like, it's okay. Like, it's okay. No, like, it's not. You have to almost put your foot on somebody's throat early on in the year. And they did that in the first 2 series. So you can't go, you can go lose 2 or 3 in Atlanta. That's okay. All right. That's fine. But you can't go lose 3 in a row to the Mets.
No.
And that's where I started to say to myself, well, is this the same old Phillies?
Yeah.
Right.
Here's my issue, though. Like you're saying about the Mets, and you briefly talked about the Giants. If I'm a player on the Phillies, and we see that the Giants are on the schedule, and Gabe Kapler's coming into town, how are we going to let them come to our ballpark and take 2 or 3? How?
You're 100% correct.
I'll say this: maybe try to do too much, Johnny. Maybe like
you get in your head.
You know what I mean? You almost want to send them packing yourself with one swing. Maybe. I mean, that's his excuse. Like, you're 100% right.
Yeah. I didn't. I mean, you're not gonna bullpen. Everyone.
Yeah, the bullpen being semi-decimated didn't help things either. So
yeah, everyone. I'm not gonna overreact to the bullpen blowing one game because everyone's like, after they blew one game, oh, it's the same old bullpen. They're back to normal.
No, it's not.
No, like bullpens blow games eventually. So
Yeah.
you gotta. It sucks, but they're not gonna save every game.
Yeah, and I wanted like a hot start because I wanted to feel that a different feel, right?
Yeah.
Because my concern is we haven't played well in August and September in years past. So my concern is if we don't get off to a hot start, are we going to play well in August and September this year? I don't know that. So like I almost need that like early lead in a division to feel better about myself and say confidently like, okay, like as players, like this is a different baseball team. And confidence is a big part of it.
Yeah.
And trust in and the mental side of baseball is bigger than a lot of sports, if not all of them.
That's why I wanted Maton playing tonight because he's had a nice few games, and I wanted that to continue. You know what I mean? He's young, he's having a nice hot start, and giving him some more confidence when they eventually send him to the bench. You know what I mean?
Is that out? Oh my God!
Tied up.
Yep. Wow.
Great.
That was quick.
Well,
He
I
hit that
said
out.
fourth inning. Well, I mean, Pete and I expected it to happen fourth inning.
It's not. Listen, I mean, it's not hard to. Not a shot at you guys. It's not hard to. This is who he is.
Yeah.
It's who he is. I mean, usually, your second time through teams hit him. Simple as that. It's happened his whole career as a starter. First, second inning, you're like, who's this guy? Oh, look at him. He's going. He's lights out.
Nolan Ryan.
Right? It seriously is. But the problem is baseball at all levels is a game of adjustments, right? And it sure as hell is at the big league level. And if you're not able to adjust and think you're just going to throw fastballs by guys like you're fucking DeGrom, you're clueless.
It's all he has.
Like you're clueless. You're clueless. And he's never been able to get another out pitch.
You know who he is? And I'm not sure if you guys ever see the movie Summer Catch?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's Ryan. That's who he is. He's Ryan Dunn. And his father's in the background saying, "What inning do I show up so I can watch you self-destruct?" That's me every time I watch him pitch. It's like, what inning am I going to be there for when it all blows up in your face and it goes to hell?
No, yeah, exactly.
I feel like the Phillies,
which ironically,
the Phillies, like they don't need to have, like, it would be nice if they could have 5 starters. That would just be great. But in the playoffs, it goes down to four-man rotation. So if we can't figure out a 5th starter, and we're just going to have Chase Anderson give us like one good outing every 3 starts, or one average outing, I should say, not even good.
I like him a little bit more than I like Matt Moore, which I thought was going to be the exact opposite.
Yeah.
Well, I'm interested. Like, who knows? Like, maybe we just make Matt Moore into a bullpen guy, because we were at Anibal Sanchez's event today. Maybe we sign him and we give him a shot.
Yeah. I would like to see them give Spencer Howard a start.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that's an option right now. I think he's on a pitching number.
Yeah.
Just because he's coming off that injury. I think in the second half of the season is when you could be seeing Spencer Howard probably up here in the 4 or 5, depending on what happens.
I mean, all these things are great. Like, all these things are great, but 1, 2, and 3 have to deal.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, and 3 have to deal. If you want to be the team you want to be, you got to get it done with them 3 guys.
Yep.
And then you can out hit with 4 or 5 pitches.
Yeah. You
out hit teams, or you get.
September is going to show you who this team is, especially because if you're not winning games in September with Noah, Eflin, and Wheeler, it doesn't mean jack shit.
No, he's getting hit all around now. By the way.
Who? Vinny?
Yeah. And sorry, where's that comment at? Yeah, John, we're accepting guests. You gotta like inbox me for the link. We'll let people come on, get stuff off their chest for a minute or 2, and then we'll go on to the next, the next guest per se.
The thing is, also, I'm going to bring this to a different part of the Phillies. Their lineup, like, we know who we can trust. We can trust Bryce. We can trust JT. We can trust Didi and Segura, in my opinion. We can trust Alec Bohm. But I feel like this year, and we've already seen the wheels kind of come off with Andrew McCutchen. Like, it's been what, like 18 games. So
yep.
He could turn it around, but it's not looked good.
No, it's not.
And Rhys Hoskins, like, he had a nice start, but I just don't trust Rhys Hoskins, like, at all. Like,
Rhys Hoskins stinks.
I can't trust him. Like, he'll have a good 10 games, then he'll have a bad 30. Then he'll have a good 5 games, and he'll have a bad 20. Like, in my opinion, and especially with Dave, I hope Dave Dombrowski has this mindset. Rhys Hoskins and Andrew McCutchen are playing for their jobs next year.
Yeah. Well,
think-
McCutchen's he's not coming back. He's done.
I don't
even know if
off the books
McCutchen will
next
play
year?
baseball next year.
Is he off the books next year?
Yes, he's off the books, and so is
Yeah.
Reed. Like that's why he is what he is for me right now. Like he's gone. Like unless he comes back and he has like a really great year, he's not coming back. Or unless they bring him back on a cheap as shit contract, he's probably not coming back. Like
Yeah.
and when everyone was like, we just gotta get rid of him, and I said, I'm completely fine with getting rid of Reed Hoskins. You just have to have a replacement. Like
Yeah.
you can't just be like, we'll just throw this one random guy out there. I said, that's not helping me. Like,
Well, it may help.
maybe.
Who do the Phillies have? The Phillies don't like. The Phillies have in the past had a lot of good first baseman prospects. You look back.
Yeah, I just don't really know. Like, Chatham?
They don't have first. They don't have that premier first baseman prospect waiting in the wing like they have had.
Yeah, they
in the
do.
past. Who?
Who?
His name's Alec Baum.
I like him a little bit more at third.
I like him at third because his arm is so strong.
Yeah, that's fine. But like, I think this is what I think one of the most important positions in the infield is your first base.
Yeah.
Right. Because for a couple things, like he catches the ball the second most times he's involved in plays outside of your catcher. Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Essentially. So if I got a guy that's big and tall and can pick it over there, as infielders, that becomes an easy throw for me. Right.
Yeah,
and usually guys who can train, usually third basemen, obviously can play the hot corner and are going to be good defenders over there. Right. Especially line drives, ground ball type defenders and pick it. But then what you could do, my point is if you wanted a Trevor Story down the road, right? Stock can play third.
Yep.
True.
If
So
you
I'm
could
thinking
get like
I'm thinking like that. Like that's the guy.
That's good. That's
With a
good.
combo of JT too, boy. Sorry, that's my last thing. And then go ahead. With a combo of JT there too, where I could play Alec at third a little bit too, and give JT maybe 20, 25 games at first to save him a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
See, my whole thing is like I have no issue moving him to first base if I can get a good third baseman. Like my ideal scenario was because I was hoping and praying that Cleveland would be ass, so you can go get there. I really like their guy at third.
Ramirez.
Oh God, I love him.
I like he's had some absolute monster seasons in the past, but I wonder if his motivation might have gone down because they're just such a bad team, but he's still a really good player.
But you get him over here where we could possibly be like a premier playoff team. You add him. Like, look, I like Reese, but you add him at third and Bohm at first. I'm completely fine with that. And listen, you can trade Reese and see you, buddy. Sayonara. I'll miss you. Not really.
And I
Ramirez is a stud.
I think this happened before Dombrowski was here, but I really wanted the Phillies to go get Nolan Arenado. Like the Rockies gave him away for peanuts, and they gave the Cardinals $40 million to take his contract. Like the Phillies,
I think they wanted they probably sent him where he wanted to go.
True. I mean, maybe. Like I don't know who really wants to go to St. Louis.
Yeah, who wants to go to St. Louis? Who says, yeah, you know what? I want to go to St. Louis.
Yeah, I don't want to go to Philadelphia and play with Bryce Harper. I want to go play with Paul Goldschmidt's washed up ass.
Yeah, I don't want to play with Real Muto and Harper. I'll play with Goldschmidt.
I don't know. I mean, dudes are weird. Like some people just want to go to random ass teams. I'm just like,
whatever. I mean, at the end of the day, John's right though, because you told me stupid money. So if it's stupid money, I'm involved in everything.
Literally,
I'm the Yankees' cousin. I'm the Yankees' cousin when it comes to money. Like, I got the bill. For dinner. Oh.
They might have. Hey, man, at the deadline, they might have a few bills for us.
Yeah, well,
I'm gonna say this.
Story, but.
I'm gonna say this for the deadline. Name to watch. If this team goes off the rails, Ketel Marte.
What team is he on?
The Diamondbacks. He's their center fielder. He would be really, really good on this team. Really good
plays
contact.
center field now.
Hmm?
Kettle plays center field now.
Yeah, he plays the center field.
I didn't know he plays center field now. I always
Yeah,
know.
he's been a consistent all-star level player, and I feel like he could be a trade chip if.
I'm really interested to see what happens with the Yankees because they like completely go off the rails. They might be willing to sell some pieces.
They'll be fine.
Aaron Hicks.
They'll be fine.
You could see maybe Aaron Hicks get shipped if they need pitching.
Yep.
Yeah, they're going to be fine now. Like I'll stand for that. They'll be fine. And I hate the Yankees. I don't want them to be fine, but they'll be fine.
Yeah,
because they're good. Like their good will come out, right? Like their talent will shine at some point, and they'll go on a run, and they'll be a player.
All right, got out of it.
I hate the Yankees. I would love for them not to be a playoff team, but it's just sort of how baseball goes. Like, their next 18, they could go on a 14-4 run. Like,
I mean, like,
does Vince go another inning?
Yankees fans will tell you that ever since Jeter and that 1 year, 2009, like their playoff success has been like the team is known for tanking or choking.
Oh yeah, they're choke artists, no question.
They choke every.
year. They've been up and down since the start of the decade.
And remember, it's a lot of expectations. And when
you're a Yankee, it's territory.
Failure. I mean, they essentially haven't failed. They go to the postseason every goddamn year, but they failed in the big grand scheme of things.
Yeah, it's the first time since the 90s or something that they didn't go to a World Series during the decade.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah. Well, they had at the back end of that era where they had A-Rod, Jeter, all them. The back end there, they were getting like 140 averages from A-Rod in the playoffs. Like he was just choking it up. And now they have these younger guys, and Stanton played well last year, but like
you want to talk about inconsistent. That is Giancarlo Stanton.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. He's just
what's funny about him is my buddy's a big Yankees fan. He's like, "We got Giancarlo Stanton," and I'm like, "You clearly do not watch enough baseball." He's like, "What are you talking about? Look at these numbers," and I'm like,
"I mean, yeah, he was an
watch
MVP.
him."
He was an MVP on the Marlins. Like he had no pressure whatsoever to do anything that remotely.
You're just shooting the shit on that team. You were just shooting the shit.
Yeah,
I hit 3 home runs. That's nice. If I hit none, who cares?
Exactly.
Whoa! Wait. There's expectations in New York. Well, you didn't tell me about that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they also have an injury issue.
Yes, they do.
They can never be healthy.
Nope.
I mean, nothing would make me happier than another shitty year for the Yankees.
I think that we're talking like big picture MLB now, but I feel like if George Springer can come back quickly, the Blue Jays have a chance to get in that division and maybe win it.
Maybe. I'm interested in
Well, let's talk a little bit about Moniak's up. So let's talk a little bit about Mickey since he's up here. 2-2 game, top 5. Is this guy going to pan out in your guys' eyes? And then the family out there, do you believe he ends up turning into the number 1 overall pick, or does that never happen? And I didn't like the pick from Jump Street. There's a video of me because I'm not a fan of high school guys 1 overall.
Yeah, I don't think anyone was really a fan because especially when they came out and they picked him because the guy that was originally going to go number 1 wanted more money, and that's why they picked Moniak. So that was never. I can't remember the dude's name off the top of my head. I just remember it being a big story a few years ago.
I don't think that draft really was that strong. As far as panning out, you have to go. The best player from that draft was Kyle Lewis, I think, and he was the rookie of the year this year or last year for the Mariners. But as far as Moniak goes, Tom, panning out as the number 1 overall pick, I'm going to say no. But can he become a good player? Sure. I feel like he could be a decent average center fielder option for the Phillies, even if potentially we get a better one and he's coming off the bench. Yeah. But he's just never going to live up to the number 1 overall pick, especially as you talked about with high school players. If you're picking a high school player, number 1 overall, it better be Bryce Harper. It better be Mike Trout.
Yeah.
It better be that is that damn good that you already know, okay, this guy's a stud. We never had that amount of hype with Mickey Moniak. Like, I wasn't really alive. Like, I was alive, but I wasn't really following it that much when Bryce Harper got drafted. But like, his hype,
you knew who it was. Yeah,
he was insanely hyped.
Yeah,
like he went
Moniak,
everywhere.
like,
You knew who he was.
Mickey Moniak, like, I don't think anyone really knew who he was until he got drafted.
No. Look, I like what I've seen from him. I need to see more. I just think there's a lot of talent there. I think he's really young, and I'd like to see what he can become. Like, do I think he's Bryce Harper? No. Do I think he could be a solid and above average center fielder if you give him some time to develop a little bit more? Yeah. I do. Like, I'm not saying – I can't say at 22 years old that Mickey Moniak is a bust. Mm-hmm. You had dudes saying after 12 at-bats, well, he's a bust. He sucks. It's over. I'm like, at 12 at-bats? 12? Are you serious? Like, come on. Like, we just – like, I get it's baseball. Like, people just want to overreact to everything. Like, obviously, you want some production from center field. Like, we all want that. But I just think, like, people just need to take it slow with him. Like, he's young as hell. Like, I think there is a lot of potential in Mickey Moniak, but like we just don't know yet. Like, it's a to be determined. Like, I mean, that's I know it probably sounds like a cop out. Like, but
no, it's not. That's how it is with all young players in any sport, not just baseball. Like, and
baseball's like hockey. It's like very tricky because it's just like you pick him here, you don't know what he's gonna be. Like, you know. I don't really like I don't like drafting high school players unless they're your Bryce Harper surefire hit. Yep. Although I do like the pitcher the Phillies picked last year.
Mick Abel. Yeah,
he I like a lot of guys they picked in that draft.
Yeah, good. We'll see him in 10 years. We'll see him in 10 years.
Harper will still be here.
I feel like I mean, this is common knowledge, really, for anyone that follows all the sports. The baseball draft is the biggest, like, all right, we'll pick a name that's off the top prospect list from our scouting department. Hope that they pan out. And maybe they will, maybe they won't. Like, it's not the NFL draft where if you're picking in the top 5, you have, like, an 80% chance to pick someone that's going to go to a Pro Bowl. Like, it's not like that.
I'm interested to see what this, because remember, we got a new scouting department and everything. We stole the guy from the Yankees, and he was the guy who was picking guys last year. I'm interested to see what the next few years of drafting is going to look like, because other than Alec Bohm, it's been nada. You know what I mean?
Yep. Well, I mean, Alec Bohm is like the point where it turned. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, but that was before the new scouting department came in.
Yeah, we went.
That was like the lone hit from the previous scouting department. So going from last year to whenever that ends is where you're going to see whether or not this new scouting department is worth anything.
Yeah, well,
and honestly, like Bryce Harper,
not going to know for 5 years, though, guys. You know what I mean? You're not going to know for like 5 years if this scouting department did a good job or not. Like, it's one, that's how baseball is, unless you get some stars like early on. Like, if Nick Abel's up next year, right? Then we're like, okay, you know what I mean? Like, okay, looks good.
I don't think Mick Abel. I mean, I don't remember how fast pitchers can really come up. Like, I don't remember who the
he's 19. He's so young. You're ways away.
You don't want to ruin him. You don't want to have him come up here and get shelled and then have his.
Yeah, you don't need to Billy Bean him.
See, I appreciate everything you guys are saying, right? If I'm at any other organization, I would say, you know what? You guys are right. This is the one organization in baseball that waits on everybody.
Yep.
Everybody. So, no, I'm not in the business of saying, oh, well, he's only 20. I watch 20-year-olds come up all the time. Not all the time, but enough around baseball, and they're game changers. Where's my game changers? Where are them guys coming up through my farm system that it's like, okay, this guy's up at 21, he's a pimp. Where are they? Like, if you can pitch, you can pitch. I get it. 19, I don't expect you to be in the big leagues. But by 21, if you're a pimp, you're a pimp. You should be up by 21. You should. And that goes for any position. If you're a high school kid, if you're a college kid, you should be up. If you're a pimp and from college, you should be up in a year, if not two. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's gonna take you a while to get through the systems if you're just that special, and you see it around the league. So that's my only thing on that. But I agree with the premise. Like, yeah, you don't want to ruin guys, but you won't ruin you. You ain't gonna ruin a pimp.
Yeah, Pete
Now,
knows
19
more.
you could. 19 you could.
Pete knows more about the scouting department than I do. With like he mentioned, the Yankees guy we brought over. But what I'm interested to see is, are they going to be able to find international talent? Because these teams that have
you're gonna get Tom started.
Yeah, listen. Where's our Acuna? Why didn't we find that guy?
Where's our the guy from the Angels? I'd like him.
It's Ohtani.
Ohtani, yeah.
Every Cuban, Puerto Rican guy that we've signed has been a bum. And all these
Hire Tom.
That country is a gold mine for good players. We just haven't
Because all they do is play baseball.
Yeah.
Play baseball, that's their way out, Johnny. That's their way out.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying that this isn't all Latin American players are better than American players. No, not at all. No, that's not the case at all.
Those are hard-working sons of bitches over there.
I just think that's a 50-50 split, right? Like, if I went around baseball, I would probably come out with the top 100. It's probably a 50-50 split, right? And I think we could all agree on that. But we don't even hit any of that, the other 50%, right?
Yeah.
And I don't want to call an organization. I don't want to call an organization like I did back in the day. I would, back in the early 2000s and say, "Oh, are we a little racist?" You know what I mean? Now we're we're in 2021.
We had no one in the 2000s, man.
Yeah. Like, now I'm like, okay, that day's over.
You just
now
suck.
you just got to do a better job. Like, now you who do a better job. Like, are we not scouting over there? Like you said, I've been saying that too. Like, where's our Acuna? Where's our even Albies? Where's our Lindor? Like, like, where are these guys? Where are these middle? Where are the middle infield?
They're spending some money overseas. How about not even just like those countries? Not even just like Puerto Rico and places like that. Like, how about go find a guy in China? Maybe there's a Japanese player you can find. Like, anyone overseas. Like, look outside the U.S. Like, there's talent everywhere. Do something.
Yeah, I would probably
send scouts wherever you need to fucking go. Because you know what? It's not doing it in the draft. It's sure.
I don't need to spend a lot of money, Pete, John, to be over in China or Japan. Like, I don't need to spend a lot of money over there, but I sure as hell better be spending a lot of money in Latin America.
Yeah.
Okay, because that proof's in the pudding.
You know what I mean, though, right?
I hear you. Listen, you got to go everywhere and anywhere, right? And lift up every rock. I don't disagree with you. But the Ohtanis, you don't get often.
That's an outlier. Ohtani's an outlier. I mean, many
Darvish has been good. So Darvish has been good. So, like, it's like hit or miss over there. Like, it would be anywhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But you don't get as many, I'm saying, from Asia as you will from Latin America.
How about just one somewhere? Just one. Like,
I don't care.
One. I don't need a lot. I'm not asking for a lot. Just
you could be from the Bahamas for all I care. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? You could be from the Virgin Islands. I don't give a rat's ass. You could be from Czechoslovakia for all I care.
Yeah.
Rhys Hoskins stinks. I'm done with Rhys Hoskins. Get Rhys Hoskins out of here, please. He is so bad. We're back to the launch angle. We're back to dipping. Freaking loser. Stinks so bad.
Tom,
the cock shot. He's trying to pull off a curveball. Would have rolled it over if he even hit it. Pulling off everything. Stinks. I'm done with the Rhys Hoskins experiment here. You don't put a ball in play with one out and first and third, you loser.
I agree. I'm on board with you now, Tom. Get me Bryson Stott in here. Get Rhys Hoskins out of here. Get Bryson Stott.
He's already getting himself out of here. He's not getting a contract. He's going to go wherever else he needs to go.
See you later.
I am, man. You can get me a third baseman. I'm good to go.
Yeah. Definitely.
Bryson Stott's ready. Sure, let's go do that.
Huh.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm all for getting rid. If we have a plan or something, I'm all for it. Get him out of here. I'm good to go. But you'll have people like, oh, anyone off the street, really?
Yeah, really.
Well,
really? How is he not just like a guy off the street?
we had this whole meme job about Carlos Santana and smashing the TVs. He's a damn much better player than Rhys Hoskins.
Absolutely.
He goes, leaves the Phillies, puts up 300 average and 30 home runs.
Yeah,
and
he
now
did.
Rhys is there.
100 times better than Rhys Hoskins. Carlos Santana. It's not even close. It's really not even close.
No,
I'm sticking Rhys Hoskins. His approach to the plate's horrific, and he freaking stinks right now.
Tom, do you think that his early success and everyone telling him how much of a beast and stud he is got to his head? Do you think that got to his
I think
plate
Kapler
first
got
bit?
to his head.
Oh, stop it. It's everybody else's excuse. Everybody else's problem. No. It got to his head. He started launch angling, and you see it, dude. He drops. He's dropping. He's rolling over. He's trying to pull everything. He gets in these funks, like Johnny said, and they last a long time. And that's the problem. You can have funks in the big leagues. It's part of the game. The ebb and flows. But you can't have it for long periods of time. That's what separates you from being a below average player and a damn good one. It's consistency.
Year 2, like year 1, his 20-game stretch or whatever, his rookie year was amazing. Like he was hitting everything in sight. Year 2, it was good. It wasn't as bad as it was like year 3, year 4 now. But year 2, he wasn't doing anything crazy. All he was doing was hitting the balls that he should hit. He was hitting balls right down the middle. He was being patient. Yep. He was keeping his hands back. Now,
being who he's supposed to be.
He misses. I see this guy completely whiff on fastballs right down the middle. Pitchers throw it consistently, and he'll completely whiff on extremely hittable pitches.
Get out. Nope. Harper flies out.
Yeah.
You can book the Rockies score in this inning because we came out with nothing right there. That's terrible at bats. I'll say it again. That's terrible at bat out of Rhys Hoskins. It's a terrible at bat. Fucking terrible at bat. That's a curveball, outer half. Right. I drive that right field, fly ball right field, 3-2 game.
Ooh, that Bryce swing looks good.
I thought he got it the way I seen Cone hit one out, or Crone, whatever his name is, hit one out off the hands.
Yeah, Crone.
To right. So I thought okay, maybe that one's going. Just get it up in the air, but I guess
Yay. Vince is coming up. Yay.
I wonder if I was Girardi, I wonder maybe he doesn't want to go into the bullpen necessarily, considering they have other games against the Rockies, but you got to think about pulling him here. Like,
this is his inning. Like there's like he's gonna let him see probably the first batter or two, and that's it. Because he can't go longer than 4 or 5 innings. Now maybe like if you get him out early in the 5th, like maybe you let him go into the 6th. Maybe. That's a big maybe there, Johnny.
I don't think that I'm under the mindset that managers don't really like create wins for a team, but mistakes can cause losses for a team. And I'm wondering
I think when Kapler was here, I think he created a lot of losses.
Yeah.
Because remember he was dicking with the lineup every other game. He was pulling pitchers way too early. He was leaving guys in, and you're just like, what are you doing?
Yeah. I want to know
the culture. I want you to understand something. The culture in Philadelphia was so bad, and remember, managers create that culture.
Mm-hmm.
The culture was so bad. Carlos Santana is taking a baseball bat to televisions.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't like it. You can like Joe Girardi or not Joe Girardi or hate him, but you know what we're not doing? We're not taking fucking baseball bats to TV screens when Joe Girardi's here, are we? I haven't heard any of those stories.
Wait. Did we just hit? Oh, hold on. Did we just hit Vince Velasquez to then pull him?
Sure.
Oh, damn. That's interesting.
Wow.
Well, here's the thing. I agree with the people Pete was going at, people that are saying, "Oh, Gabe Kapler better than Joe Girardi." Just stop, okay? Gabe's having a nice season, but when people act like managers don't learn from their mistakes, we are in a town we saw Terry Francona. Well, I didn't, but Tom saw Terry Francona. All right. This dude was terrible for the Phillies, goes to a different team, learns from his mistakes, and becomes a good manager. Gabe's not going to be Terry Francona, but
I don't even know if Terry was that bad. It's just like this team was just a goddamn mess.
That's true. Gabe learned from
mistakes. They would have
mistakes.
given him a little bit more time.
Some decent success. But I want to know, I get the feeling that there are some people that rag on Joe Girardi, but I get the feeling that generally this fan base has a grace period for Joe Girardi. When are we going to, I'm not saying rip him, but when are we going to hold him accountable sometimes? Like, I feel like no matter what Joe Girardi does, it's a good decision.
No, like,
hold on, I'm going to hold him accountable right now. I don't understand this decision. You're playing at Coors Field, okay? You're playing at Coors Field. If you were going to pull Velasquez, you got to get a pinch hitter up there so somebody can try to lose a baseball. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are you doing, dude? What are you doing? If he's hurt, it's a different story. But why is he even batting then? Unless he pulled something running around the bases and we find it out later, which could be the case maybe.
That could be the case when he slid into second base.
Why are we not? I don't know. Maybe he thought he was on the base pass too long. I don't know. That's a weird move, but go ahead.
I didn't really have much else to add about that.
Nobody
obviously they're not comparable.
No, they're not.
Look, you can totally look. If Girardi does something stupid, rip him. But like to go out and be like, I'd rather have to like you're a Joe Giglio or any of those other clowns at WIP and say, well, I would rather have Gabe Kapler as my manager for the Philadelphia Phillies. It's not lying. You just want to say something different. You want to hear your gums flap. You miss the fact that there's a storyline every other game for something so you could draw up ratings. Stop talking out your ass. Like,
yeah, at least we're not having some drama out of the clubhouse every other game. It's a sound. At least we know this about Joe Girardi. It's run like a baseball team should be run.
Yes, that's how a gentleman runs his baseball team.
Yeah.
Like, you can like him or hate him, but you know what? There's no ridiculous drama, and you're just like, really? From a Major League Baseball team?
Yeah, exactly. And when we get into the, it's funny you brought up Joe Giglio because I was listening to his.
That was your first mistake.
I mean, sometimes when I'm in the car, the WIP is just on because it's just, the number one thing that pops up when I turn my car on.
Switch to country or anything else on the planet.
And
there's some great podcasts I can recommend you. I can help you out.
When we talk about the Eagles later in the show, I really have something to talk about with Joe Giglio. I'll spoil it a little bit here.
What did he do? Would he accuse Carson Wentz of ruining the planet?
No. He says that Devontae Smith's weight automatically means he's a bust. Automatically, do not draft this guy. 166, the Eagles are going to make a mistake if they draft him. He also
I get the size. I get the size. I really do. And, I use this as an example, and maybe it's a bad example. Like, I understand Donald Pumphrey's a running back, right? He was at a small school. Like, I understand. And you can pick, like, other wide receivers who went to smaller schools who were similar to Devonta Smith's height and weight. You know what I mean? But here's the thing. This guy's a pimp, as Tom likes to say. He is a P-I-M-P pimp.
Exactly.
He's a baller and a bleeping shot caller, Johnny. He is kicking ass and taking names. And he's not doing this in San Diego State, my friend. He is doing that at Bama.
Yep.
At Alabama, where he's roasting dudes. One of my favorite things I've seen is they're talking about J.C. Horn, right?
Yep.
And they're talking about J.C. Horn versus Jalen Waddle and Jamar Chase and all the other great wide receivers. I said, and you'll go down that list of all the things he's done against them. They leave a guy out. Who do you think they're leaving out?
The Heisman Trophy winner.
Bingo, because he made him his bitch on national television.
The thing is, though, I'm glad that we're having this discussion about Devontae Smith's weight and how he might not be ready. Because you know what that means? He's dropping down the team's draft boards.
Good.
I personally feel more confident that he's going to be there at 12 because of all this talk about his weight than I did
Sports
before.
166, but yeah, basically 100%.
What I feel
When
about
Steve Smith was drafted, he was like 18 pounds heavier and like 2 inches less. Like,
yeah, exactly. And
they're obviously very different players, and he weighs less. But like that, I compare those two players because those are guys who came in and they're like they're too small, they don't have it, they can't get it done. At the end of the day, they're killers. They are killers on that field.
They're in the wrong players.
Underestimate guys like them, you're gonna regret it.
Exactly. That's what you got to look for when you draft these wide receivers. Because
I want a dog. I'm sorry. I want a dog.
You got to look at these drafts.
I'm an Eagles/Browns guy. So when people were talking about the Browns, like, oh, I want this guy. When they were talking about corners for the Browns, right?
Yep.
And they're like, well, I want him. And they're like, I want Asante Samuel Jr. on that team. And they're like, whoa, he's a little small. I said, I don't give a shit about his size. That dude is a dog. He's a killer. He will clamp you. And you add him to a team of other dogs, you know what? That's a dog pound, baby. And that's what I want in the Eagles. I want a bunch of dogs. I want a bunch of hungry guys who are going to suffocate you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the way that you got to look at these receivers, not about the weight. It's not as much about the 40 times. They got to have somewhat of a good 40 time. I agree with that, but it's not about that.
No, don't.
You got to think about this. You got to think about what's their mindset on game day. How do these guys compete on the field?
Stephon Diggs had
Not
like a
about
4.5, and people were like, "Oh, he can't run."
Not about how they compete with rock paper scissors. How they compete on the damn field. Smith,
All right, John, we got out of the fifth.
Oh, good. Smith is someone you can look at, watch him play. You can tell this
He's just
guy.
a pimp, man.
He's different up here.
Yeah, he's just a pimp, and I want that. I still have faith in Rager. Like, I'm a stupid idiot. Like, I still have faith in him, but like, because Justin Jefferson, it happened. It's okay. Like, it happened. We'll survive. You know. Like,
well, Justin Jefferson has that same it factor.
He does.
Devontae Smith has.
Well, remember, I wanted him. I was banging the table for him too, and I was told I was a moron.
Yeah, well,
he can't play on the outside. He's not even the best wide receiver at LSU.
Yeah, well,
yeah, that was a fun 6 months, and then I was just like, huh. He's just a pimp, dude. Like, it's like whether I'm talking. See, ironically, and this is funny to me, is because I'm a fan of two different teams in two different areas. Like, in what universe did I ever expect that the Browns would be the stable team, and the Eagles would be like Captain Unstable?
Yeah, I mean, the Browns have been. I mean, Odell is not the reason the Browns are good, but I'm not.
But he's a dog.
Yeah, ever since they got him. They added other pieces. They've been a steady franchise that's been improving.
Go look at Andrew Berry's draft last year. He had three guys on the all rookie team.
They drafted that safety out of LSU. He didn't even play.
Yeah, he's going to play this year. He's going to be a baller. You know who they drafted? Donovan Peoples-Jones in the 6th round. And he had a better Pro Football Focus ranking than all the wide receivers but 8. He had a higher Pro Football Focus rating than like 4 or 5 receivers taken in rounds 1 and 2, and that includes Jalen Reagor.
That's not fair, though. That's not fair completely.
No, I'm just saying, like, they were able to.
No, because you're a fan of two teams, and that's first off an issue. And the second part of it is they run the football, Pete. So they rely on play action a ton, and that creates separation automatically. So, I mean, yes, he's also playing with a legit number 1 wide receiver alongside of him in Jarvis Landry. So, you know, the reason the Browns are different is because of Baker Mayfield. It's not about anybody else but Baker Mayfield. They brought a winner in. They brought a guy who works hard, and they brought a guy in who actually changed their culture. They go out and sign 1 million positional players until they found their quarterback. They were going to continue to be a dumpster fire, and they found their quarterback, and it went and it built from there, right? And all these other moves are important pieces, of course.
Well, I was just saying that they had a nice draft last year, and that's what you want to see. Like, I'd like to see an Eagles draft where there's more than one player where I'm like, oh, okay, he's okay.
Yeah, I mean Miles Sanders.
What?
We've been looking at these drafts, and we see players like, oh, Miles Sanders, second round, that was a good pick. All right, what else? Like it's been one sometimes one good player, sometimes no good players per draft, and come 6 days from now, that better change. That better change from Howie Roseman.
I'd take a decent guy in the 6th round because chances are we might miss from rounds 1 through 5.
The real thing about Devontae Smith, though, you compare him like Steve Smith and stuff like the comp's Marvin Harrison. The comp's a better wide receiver than Steve Smith. The comp's Chad Johnson. I mean, they're the comps. They're guys who came in at 6'1", 6'2", and they were thin. They were frail per se, right? And you guys are Hall of Fame wide receivers. So you can compare Steve Smith, whoever the hell you want to compare, it doesn't matter. I'm just giving you more names that are actually like size-wise exactly the same as him. So if teams want to pass and be idiots, go ahead and be idiots. I said real quick because we'll end the Eagles talk. We'll get into some Sixers. But when you talk about my big board shifted, like Michael Parsons is probably my second highest rated player in this draft. Right? It's shifted. So if Michael Parsons is there, that's who I'm taking because I think he's a game changer. I think he absolutely is, and you need a middle linebacker. They're important. They're important all around National Football League. Right? Tampa's defense gets better. Why? Because they address it. Right? Steelers defense gets better. Why? Because they address it. I mean, there are two defenses that were top defenses in football, and both had legit middle linebackers. Baltimore Ravens lose C.J. Mosley. Okay, Patrick Queen. Right? So they address it. And these are all damn good defenses. I don't even know who the Bills middle linebacker is off the top of my head, but I guarantee once somebody told me his name, I'll say, oh yeah, baller. Right? So you need to address that. Now, if he's not there, fine. Then it's Devontae Smith or Patrick Surtain. Yep. One of these three guys is going to be there. One of them.
You don't like Horn?
Not at 12. No.
Really?
Not at 12. 12's too early. Nope.
Who is? Because I was talking to Johnny about this, the DM. Who's everyone's pick that if they pick this, your fist is through the wall?
Like you're mad?
Like yes, you're livid. Like
depends who's on the board.
If it's for me, it's if they pick anyone over Devontae Smith and he's on the board. If it's, I mean, other than
depends. Like Tom said, it's going to depend who's on the board with me.
If you take
Patrick Surtain, I'm not going to get pissed.
If you take J.C. Horn and Devontae Smith's on the board, I'm throwing my TV.
Yeah, like Patrick. If Smith is gone and Waddle is gone and Horn's there, I have no issue taking Horn.
I'll give you this: if it's one of these positions that I'm about to name, we got a problem. If it's an offensive lineman, if it's a safety, if it's a running back, which I highly doubt they would do.
The only safety I could even think of like taking would be Trevor Morwing from TCU, and he's like towards the end of the first round.
Wouldn't that be an Eagles pick though?
It would. I won't disagree with you. If you pick Barrymore at 12, I'm probably punching something.
No, I'm not. Yeah. I'm not because he's a baller. But I don't know if I'm taking him at 12 with Smith on the board and these other guys are on the board, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if him at 12, I'm out. Like at 20, that's a different story.
I'll punch something if they took Horn over Smith. If they took Horn over Parsons. If they took Horn over Surtain, I'm punching something. And I like Horn, but not at 12.
What about a quarterback?
I'm burning the Novacare to the ground.
See,
Tom, I'll come with you.
Please do. Please do.
I'll be the getaway driver.
I need somebody.
You have a license?
Yeah.
I need somebody. I need somebody with me. Oh.
Don't do that. You have a wife and kids.
It's all right. This is bigger than that. We're trying to we got to change the culture.
It's good of the Philadelphia Eagles franchise.
Jesse Smith is my number one wide receiver too. I have him higher than Jamar Chase, so I'm hoping he falls.
I disagree with you on that one. I think Jamar Chase is better, but I wouldn't be. Obviously, I really want Devontae Smith.
Okay, Jake Jr.
It's a 1A, 1B situation. And
see, I would have taken him at 6, And if you're telling me I end up getting my guy at 12 and a first round pick, I'm doing the happy dance for the rest of the night.
Yup. And we've been talking about Smith, and if Smith falls, if Micah Parsons falls, if even if Jalen Watt, if Smith and Micah Parsons are gone and Jalen Waddle's there, we pick him. I'll be fine with it.
I've grown to accept Waddle, and I like him a little bit more than I did a few weeks ago. But then again, a few weeks ago, I thought I was going to get Jamar Chase. So
Well, he's not Henry Ruggs.
No.
He's not Jerry Judy.
I think he's better than Henry Ruggs.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He's not Henry Ruggs. Henry Ruggs is a one-trick pony to me. Jalen Waddle's actually a good route runner.
Yeah.
So I don't have
all Ruggs can do is run fast.
But if they took like Jalen Waddle over Micah Parsons, I'm freaking out. If they took Jalen Waddle over Packers 13, I'm freaking out. Like there's certain positions that I will freak out. Certain players if they're on the board and they get cute.
I'd be shocked, honestly, if Micah Parsons was there. I mean,
I'm under the impression
I don't love him as much as you do, but like he's like I have concerns with him, but it's off the field crap. But like at least this
isn't Thanksgiving dinner, Pete. This isn't Thanksgiving dinner. Like this is not cool. This isn't Christmas dinner. This is not bringing them home to mommy and daddy. I don't some off the field stuff at 18 years old that we don't even know if it's true or not. Okay, we have nobody knows. Nobody knows. There's some hazing, right? There's some hazing at 18 years old. Okay, that's supposedly what it is. I'm not here to tell you what's real or fake. I'm telling you, go watch Rookie Welcome to the NFL. Okay, and when you're done, Pete, next Friday, it's your homework. When you're done, like I watched it last week, you're gonna tell me how much this dude jumps your big board because you know he can play. Hear me out. You know he can play. That translates. We already know he can play. Dude's a pin. His pro day is absurd. Yep. Absurd. And then watch him talk with all the rest of the rookies around. Watch this man talk, and you say to yourself when you leave it, you're going to say to yourself, oh, shit. This dude's going to change your defense for the next 10 years. That's what you're going to leave.
Even if I have reservations about Michael Parsons, even if I do, he's at least someone who would be in their range at 12. That's my thing with Michael Parsons. If you picked him at 12, it's not like I'm ripping my hair and be like, oh my God, where did he come from? He wasn't on anyone's draft board. I can at least look at that and be like, okay, I understand why he picked him. I get it. I understand the pick. I see why we did this. It's not one of those things where it's like came out of the blue. I'm like, who the bleep is this guy?
And here's the thing, Rishi Magic with that comment. I'd give it about a 0% chance that Pitts or Surtain are at the
Pitts
12.
ain't making it past the top 6, and Pitts and Surtain sure as hell ain't making it past Dallas. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't think Surtain's not making it past Dallas. So whenever we bring up Surtain with the Eagles, like I really don't.
Pitts, Surtain, and then Waddle. That's where I'm at.
I would Surtain, Pitts, Waddle for me.
I don't think that
it's like to me. I feel like it's just kind of like tomato, depending on how the board goes. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely.
If I ended up with any of those 3 of those players, I'd be happy.
I think there's a list of 6, 7 players I give you right now that we're saying, all right.
Yeah,
and others more excited than others. Some more excited than others. But if I gave you any of these names, tell me who you're out on at 12. Now remember, at 12.
Who you're out on?
Parsons. You guys are in on at 12.
Yeah, I'm in on that.
Devontae Smith, we're all in on at 12.
All day.
Pax Surtain, we're all in there at 12.
Right.
Yep. You're gonna throw Pitts in there because maybe.
Well, guys drop. We'll say we're fine. There's number 4. Okay, we're fine with the guys. Probably won't be there, but we're fine with Jamar Chase, obviously.
Yep.
But like I can give you a list of like 9 guys.
Yep.
And not even talking about the quarterbacks. So one of these guys are going to be there, right? Like Waddle, right? It's another name we'd be okay with at 12. We would probably be okay with I would be. The kid from Notre Dame's a fucking problem too. The linebacker from Notre Dame.
Not at 12. At 12, I would have a problem with it.
Have you seen the man tackle? Have you
all the boards I've seen of him is in the
I don't
20s.
care about somebody's board, Peter. I watch the game. I create my own boards. The problem is everybody wants to get cute with the boards. Have you seen the man tackle?
I think that you're talking about Carol
okay.
2 or something like that, right? Is that his name?
Yeah, Joker.
Yeah. I was one of those people that before I listened, like you, Tom, before I listened to Micah Parsons talk, I was one of those people that said, no way do I want the Eagles taking a linebacker this side. I want a receiver or nothing. Now, if they take Micah Parsons instead of Jalen Waddle, if they take Micah Parsons instead of Devontae Smith, I'll be annoyed. I would want Devontae Smith over Micah Parsons, but I'm not going to be throwing TVs. I'll be knowing that Micah Parsons is a good damn player.
Mm-hmm.
Like, at least you can look at, like, what you can feel however you want about it. Like, at least you can look at that and be like, I understand why he was selected. He was there. He has the talent.
Mm-hmm.
You're not just looking at it, ripping your hair out and being like, what the fuck just happened? Like, who did we just pass up on? I can't have another one of those drafts. So whether I like Micah Parsons or not, I'll take him on my football team. Like, because at least he deserves to be drafted that position as opposed to overdrafting with someone.
Yeah, and I don't think you have to overdraft here. That's the problem. That's why I'm giving you so many names, because you factor in the amount of quarterbacks that can go. You factor in that offensive linemen are going to go. Yep. You got to factor in that a defensive lineman's going to go. You have to factor that these other positions are going to go too, that are valued positions. So teams are going to reach on these positions, and some of these players that are like let's say top 10 skill position / your secondary or linebackers outside of your linemen and quarterbacks, there's going to be a lot of them guys available.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like 4 or 5 of these guys are probably going to be available, or minimum, I would say 3. 3 of the guys that you would want are going to be available. Now, I don't think Joker's a reach at 12, depending how the board went. Now, if these other guys are there at 12, then I don't like it, right? So it just depends. It just depends. But that guy's going to knock your head off. And I'm all for guys who are looking to dislodge a football, because we don't have any of that shit.
I think that when it comes to people have usually a very negative opinion of Mel Kiper and his ESPN drafts and like how they may pan out in the future. But when it comes to the Eagles drafting at 12, Howie, can you just look at the draft broadcast and see Mel Kiper's top 10? Because I guarantee you, if you pick someone that's at the top of top available, it'll be a good player. Whoever's there.
Don't overthink it.
Don't overthink it.
Keep it simple, stupid.
Who's on the board from Alabama? Which Alabama's player is on the board? All right, we're taking that. Don't pick anyone else. Don't go anywhere else.
Yeah, but then you might be stuck with Barrymore at 12. And I don't know how I feel about that.
Well, I mean, situations.
Barrymore's a pimp, though.
I don't want to see Barrymore at 12. But
I'll take Najee Harris over Barrymore at 12, though.
Yeah.
You all can say I'm crazy, but I got no problem taking Najee Harris at 12.
Najee Harris is going to rush for 1,000 yards next year.
I mean, is he gonna do nothing but talk shit and then fumble like 50 times a game, like Miles Sanders?
Nah, he's different. He's different.
I like Najee Harris a lot. Like, honestly, like if there was a guy I would be trading back into the first round to get, Najee Harris is one of them.
If I'm the Eagles, I'm totally trading back in the first round. We have enough third round picks as it is. You want to trade the second round pick to get up back into the first round? I got no problem with that.
I mean, I don't need it. You don't got to do that. You got like 50,000 picks.
Yeah, true. You could trade a third round pick, probably get up, and you'll be having a day. And Mickey Moniak strikes out again.
Yep, you see that again.
I don't think he had the 1 home run, and he's had like 2 hits, I think. 3 hits with the Phillies, but whole lot of strikeouts. He's young, but I don't like seeing that.
No, you can't see it, Johnny. You know what I mean? I need you to at least put a ball in play. The strikeouts are concerning, right?
Yeah.
It's like the other stuff you can get away with. Like you're hitting the ball hard, right? Just right at guys. You're like, okay, you see the talent. But this, no. Too many strikeouts. He
had 8 strikeouts in his first 12 at bats. Just way too much.
No, Pop, I'm not looking to take Najee Harris at 12. I'm not like searching for him there. I'm just telling you, talent-wise, he might be a top 12 player in this draft. That's all. If you take out like teams reaching for quarterbacks and shit.
If we didn't have as many talented wide receivers and Kyle Pittses of the world, like this draft is very loaded at the top. If we didn't have all that talent, I feel like Najee Harris would be a top 10 pick. Like he would totally be a top 10 pick. You think about running backs like him that have gone in the top 10.
You better be praying like everyone and their mother takes a quarterback, because that's nothing but good news for us, baby.
Yeah, exactly. I'm thinking it's no doubt 1, 2, 3 are quarterbacks.
Yep. Oh, definitely. The best thing that could ever happen to you is Atlanta gets stupid and they pick a quarterback.
I don't think that's stupid though. I mean, Matt Ryan's on the back end. This is a deep quarterback class. If you want to get your guy, I don't think that's a bad.
When I say get stupid, I mean the fact that like everyone's draft board has them not picking a quarterback. So stupid good for us.
I think there's definitely going to be 4 before the Eagles. I don't know about 5. Could be 5.
If you get 5, if 5 quarterbacks go before the Eagles, someone is falling, and you better be trading up.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
All right. Did you want to get into the Sixers?
Yeah, 2-2 game still.
2-2 game.
Yeah, Mark, that's a mistake. If the Eagles take Jason Horn over Devontae Smith, that's a mistake.
Like, I like Horn, but if Smith's there, man, you got to take him.
Uh-huh.
Like, the fact that Joe Giglio does not like him makes me like him 1,000 times more.
Right?
Yeah, totally.
Because this is a guy who knows so much about, like, football, right? Like, especially quarterbacks and things like that. It's like ESP trying to talk to me about wide receivers. Whoever he doesn't like, I love.
I know Joe Giglio's like mainly a baseball guy, but didn't he I feel like he was the guy that said actually no, he was. I remember this. He was the guy last year that was asking the Sixers to trade Embiid.
Yeah, probably. It was probably him.
No, it was definitely him. I remember him going on this huge rant about how lazy he is, how he'll never be a superstar, how he's not good enough. He wanted Embiid traded. So when you're talking about guys that make those types of takes, we can't put any stock in it.
Parsons if they go Parsons at 4, I'll cry tears of joy because that means Pitts could possibly be available.
If Pitts falls to 10, the Cowboys are taking him.
I'm jumping them without hesitation.
Yeah, I would say.
You tell me I add Kyle Pitts, I get a first rounder and Kyle Pitts. Like any of those situations, I'm cool with. Kyle Pitts or Devonta Smith, and I get next year's first round pick. Ba-boom, let's go, baby.
Well, I don't know if you saw this, and this might just be draft hype, but Mel Kiper on ESPN, he said that Kyle Pitts is the best tight end prospect he's ever seen in his history.
He's not even a real tight end. Like he's a wide receiver in the tight end's body. He's a freak.
Yep. He
is a genetic freak. Like, they keep talking about him as a tight end. He's not a tight end. Like, are you serious?
Well, he's got to be healthy to be a freak.
It's true.
And that's the only knock I have.
David Hill getting a nice little strikeout after we just talked trash on him.
There you go. 2 outs.
All right. Let's get in little Sixers talk. Obviously lost 2 in a row at home, which I wasn't a fan of.
No.
And you go on the road and you essentially get semi-boat race from Milwaukee because you were sort of out of that after the first half anyway, when you give up 77 points. So are you guys concerned over the 3 straight losses?
I'm annoyed by the 3 straight losses. I'm not going to say I'm concerned yet because even though I've been vocal about how much I dislike his play and his overall mentality, we didn't have Ben Simmons any of these games. We really didn't have Tobias Harris any of these games. I mean, we had him last game, but he was really getting used to coming back after his 5-6 days of not playing. So a little bit of rust there. And And like, what I will say is, if we lose tomorrow night, then I'll be concerned because this team had this. We looked at the 10-game stretch they were about to go on like a week ago. All these good teams were going to play. Started out pretty good. Now it's not looking so good. If we get swept by the Bucks too, we got to get 1 or 2. If we lose both, that'll tell me something about this team because you just got punched in the mouth on the road, and you're going to play them again in 2 days. How are you going to respond? Hopefully Ben Simmons is there so we can judge this team fully. How are you going to respond to that? And if you lose, I'm sorry, I'm out on this team as a finals contender. I'm out.
Yeah,
if you lose 2 against the Bucks in a row, I'm out.
Yeah, people can tell me regular season all they want. A, B, C, and D. I'm all about responses in sports. I said it from jump. You got to split here. You can't lose both of them, especially after coughing up 2 in a row at home. And you really can't lose 4 in a row at this point of the season. That's not a good look.
No.
So tomorrow afternoon is a big one, and it's going to tell me a lot. You're 100% right. Now, if guys are missing, I don't know then what it tells me. Right? I don't know what it tells me if guys are missing. But if we're at 100%, which I sure as hell hope we are, you got to figure out a way to win a basketball game. And if they don't, man, I know next week's going to be heavy with the Eagles and draft talk, but if they don't, there's going to be a lot of exposing coming from me.
Yeah, 4 in a row is not something that you can have happen.
That is no bueno.
No, you want to talk to me about in the middle of the year? Okay. You know what I mean? Okay. Go through slumps, shit like that. Not now.
No, this is the final stretch.
Yeah.
They're tied with the Nets. They're 2.5 games ahead of the
0.5.
Bucks. We need the 1 seed. No doubt about it. We need the 1 seed. And Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons have talked about how they want to get the 1 seed. We'll go out there and get it then. It's all in your hands to get it. If we can get a win here against the Bucks, we play Miami, I think, one more time. But other than that, a whole lot of cupcake games on the schedule. Okay? I'm expecting 10-2 minimum from the last 12 games. Minimum.
Yep. 100%, Marky Mark.
That's true. The Sixers do need the starting.
Yeah, like if they're all their 5 guys are all playing tomorrow and they lose, like it's gonna be annoying. But I'm not gonna be like, all right, finals trip is over. Like,
what about?
I don't like losing
out tomorrow. I keep hearing this. Is he out tomorrow? Because that's all I've been hearing.
I haven't heard that yet.
Yeah, they haven't said anything yet. And David Hale just finished the 6.
I'm wondering if we haven't really heard anything about Ben if he's flown to Milwaukee yet. So
I don't know.
I mean,
he's okay.
It doesn't seem like he's gonna play. Joel,
I hear everyone saying he's soft because he's sick and shit, and I'm just like, it's COVID. Like you probably just don't know what's going on, and you don't exactly want him around your guys because if it is COVID.
They said it's not, though.
You're screwed. They haven't said what it is, though, so that's my whole thing.
If it was COVID, I don't think they would get away with lying to the league because the league.
Well, he hasn't been around. He hasn't been around. So
true.
I just don't think this is a situation, and this is a year where you can really risk anything like that. If you're not 100% sure what it is, they're probably just keeping him away until they believe he's healthy. And he can be around the team. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and like if we lose again tomorrow, 4 in a row, Ben's not there, you can make a logical argument about why the game doesn't really show us that much. But again,
if he's there,
4 games in a row is just a bad look. Like we could have Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey and Shake Milton starting on the team. If we lose 4 in a row, it's a bad look.
Yeah. Get no arguments from me.
Whole lot of respect that we need to earn as this team hasn't shown much in the playoffs. We got to earn the respect from the teams that we want to beat. And going out like this against the good teams in the league is not earning it.
Yeah.
Simmons is out and Embiid is day.
Yep.
I mean, Red Sand, if you're right about that, I'm disappointed. I'll have to check it after the show.
Hopefully, Boy, Trevor Story, home run.
Another one?
Now they're going through the stats and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Man, JT got a triple, a single, and a stolen base.
Yeah, JT's clearly the best catcher in baseball.
Yeah, it's not even a question. Oh, new pitcher. Fun stuff.
We finally got away from German Marquez. Let's see if we can get some.
Almonte. Let me see. He's 0-1 with a 7.88 ERA. So he'll clearly be lights out. The psychosis. Go look at who they're playing in the next week and a half. The Nets. That's a tough scratch.
Yeah, the Nets have a much harder schedule than us, especially the Bucks do too.
Yeah, they played the Suns, the Bucks twice, the Mavericks, Miami.
It's all about ourselves. If we only have ourselves to blame if we don't end up with the first seed.
True.
We need that momentum going into the playoffs, especially.
Who is that?
Roman
Roman Quinn?
No way Roman Quinn got a hit.
Roman Quinn, lead off double.
I'll be damned.
Yeah, hot diggity dog.
That speed really got that double. That's a single for anyone else.
I mean, he's flying like he's on a slip and slide.
Yeah, Roman Quinn's got that Jalen Waddle speed.
He got that John Ross speed, man. He's stupid quick. He's just stupid. That's his whole issue. He's dumb as dirt.
And he also can't hit a baseball.
My issue with Roman Quinn, and I could take all the stupid things he does if he could bunt, if he bunted enough. Him and Bryce Harper had the same amount of bunts last year. There we go. He just stole third. Oh, my God. Great piece of managering by Joe Girardi.
Yeah, getting a little spark in the game.
So is he going to steal home? That'd be really cool.
Hmm.
Ah, fuck. Okay, they're not going to challenge that.
All right, so we got I mean, I'm behind, but we got McCutchen, we got Reese, we got Bryce. Someone's got to knock them in with no outs.
I don't want to say there's no way with this team, but there's no way. We
have to.
Somebody has to knock someone in.
Well, that's close.
There we go. There it is right now.
Did he hit it? Did he get hit?
Yes. Now. RBI, baby.
All right. Let's see it.
There we go, coach.
Now he's up to a 160 average.
There we go. Who, Roman?
Oh, no, that was a fly ball. Never mind.
Yeah, fly ball. Hey, man. Doesn't matter.
We'll take it. You did your job.
Don't matter. All right, come on, Reese.
Gone.
What's going on?
Reese home run? Damn.
There we go, baby! Mm.
1 for 4 with a home run, Tom. Does that satisfy you?
Yeah, it satisfies.
2 home runs in 3 games,
That's some Coors Field action. He barely even swung that.
But that's a well-timed home run. Let's just Throw that out there. Need that those insurance runs, baby.
All right, can we go back to back?
There we go. That's exactly what I want to hear. And you think all went up. Oh, see? No, don't leave. You suck. We want to keep you.
Almonte, baby, the 8 ERA.
8. You're being goddamn generous after those 2 runs.
Yeah, it's probably over 10 now.
It's like a 13 burger there, Johnny. Without remorse, huh?
That's a good at bat. I mean, that's a good swing. We needed that. A little tackle, a little add-on run there.
Yep. Especially heading into the bottom of the 9th.
No, we're going.
Isn't it only the 7th?
Or the 7th, sorry. Bottom of the 7th.
No, and that's what I like to see guys do. But his other home run the other night, I don't even want that like giving credit because like that was down 10-6. I'm not gonna sit here and crown that last homer.
Yeah.
But this one's a big one for sure. That's what he's got to do.
Yep.
He's got to do it. You know, him and McCutch come up big this inning in terms of like doing jobs. McCutch just do a job, hit a fly ball, get him in. Right? Guy hits a leadoff double, steals third, got to get him in. So you know, good pro gets him in there, and then you're able to tack on. It's big.
Yep.
Big. It's big. Now can you slam the door shut in a place where the ball fucking flies? Can you slam it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Bryce Harper home run. Let's go, baby.
But now I got a bad feeling about the Sixers tomorrow night with no Simmons again.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yep.
I almost wish it was a back-to-back then.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean, we got no excuse now.
I know the Nets won tonight, so.
Yep, fun stuff. But they got a tough stretch coming.
I mean, like even with Simmons in that game last night, I could have told you the Sixers were going to lose because we traveled. And this is going to sound a whole lot like Doc with the excuses, but we traveled from Philadelphia to Milwaukee overnight, and the Bucks were in Milwaukee on 4 days rest. That in the NBA, that's gonna be a loss.
I mean, it sounds like an excuse, but
it does sound like an excuse.
But he ain't wrong though.
He's not wrong.
What did he say?
Like kind of what I just said about how the Bucks were on a 4-day rest at home, and we traveled on a back-to-back to Milwaukee from Philadelphia. So it's tough to ask the guys to go out and win a game like that.
He said he had it as a loss.
Yeah.
I'm fine with the little built-in excuse that he wants to come up with, and that's fine. But you said with a straight face you had it as a loss?
Yeah, he said because of the scheduling, and he found it was unfair and it was tough on his guys or something like that. Am I correct on that one, Johnny?
I don't know if he said he had it as a loss, but I'm pretty sure he said that he said something to that extent, as if like he expected this to be a tough game.
Yeah, I mean, expecting it to be a tough game and having a loss is different. So that's fine. I mean, whatever. You know, he can have it as a tough game.
Tom, I said I expected it to be a loss. That was going on. I said that.
Okay, I got you. That's fine for us to say that. I thought he said it.
That's what I thought he said, but once again, I could be wrong.
No.
But yeah. I mean, either way, they got to figure out a way tomorrow. Even without Ben. So I don't want to hear the Ben excuse tomorrow night.
Nope.
I don't either. No.
I don't want to hear tough on my guys. You had a full day off.
We had a full day to look at the game film of the exact same team that we're going to have tomorrow without Ben. We got to figure something out.
It shows you playoff basketball because, you know, that's like more playoff basketball where, you know, you're going against the team again. So can you make them adjustments?
And look, the Bucks in that game, for anyone that watched it, they're shooting like 80% from three. So,
I'm not exactly expecting that again.
Yeah, I'm not expecting that again.
They couldn't miss, man.
They were not missing at all. Bobby Porter's 5 for 6. Pat Connaughton shooting from Steph Curry logo range. Like, everything was going in. Brooke Lopez 7 for 7. It felt like.
Yeah. I mean, I don't expect that again. Oh yeah, I mean, I don't expect that again. I agree with Philly Sports Passion. If he plays, he needs to dominate. He needs a 40 and 15 spot, which is doable.
Embiid's shown he can play well against the Bucks before.
Yep.
Now, is Seth going to play?
No one knows on that one yet.
These are all a weird time for all these things to be coming up for us. Weird timing. And yes, Jesse, Matisse is a phenomenal defender. Phenomenal perimeter defender. I know if anybody questions that, they don't watch the game.
Just need a little bit more offensively.
If Matisse played more offense, I think he would be an all-defensive second-team player.
Oh, yeah.
If he gave you anything offensively, he would start over Danny Green.
Yeah.
But he doesn't.
Yeah, that's right.
We all love Matisse, but I'm like, you can't put him in the starting lineup when he's not shooting threes and he's not consistent.
No, not at all.
I don't have him in the starting lineup. But that doesn't mean he's not a huge asset defensively.
Oh no, he's 100% asset. But I've seen so many people like, oh, he should start, and I'm just like, you just can't. Like,
you can't start someone who's going to shoot 25% from three.
Nope.
All right, JT's getting on base again, third time in the game.
Yep. Good infield single there, showing off the speed.
Just needs a homer.
Didi pull this one to deep right field. Let's see it.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know what they expect from this team if they lose tomorrow. So we'll address that when the time comes. If they do.
I just really want to not even like as the analysis part. As a fan, I feel like this fan base just wants to see us beat a good team. We want to see us play this Bucks team hard and win, so that the Bucks fans that I may know, you may know, anyone you may know, we all know people disrespect the Sixers 24/7. They don't want to hear about the excuses. They don't want to hear no Ben Simmons. They don't want to hear back-to-back. All they see is the result on the court. And we lose 2 in a row to the Bucks. We look like a joke. It's just what it is.
Agreed.
I don't disagree with you at all.
No, you get no disagreements from me.
It's a big test. Big test. And you find out what's between your legs tomorrow night.
Bingo.
It's a leg test. It's a sack test tomorrow.
I don't know, man. Balls are weak and frail.
That's a 3:30 ABC game tomorrow too.
Yeah, you're gonna have Mike Breen and Doris on the call.
Yay, because I love Doris Burke so much.
Or it might be Mike Breen and Jeff Van Gundy.
Because my options are so great.
Yeah. In my opinion, I'm fine with Breen. I just think Kevin Harlan's better.
Oh, I mean, Harlan's awesome.
I love Kevin Harlan. I don't like the silence because I feel like that means that Didi got out.
No, I was waiting for the pitch to be thrown. It was a ball. It was a ball. You guys are good. You're good. Clear sailing. Yeah, Todd, we did talk Eagles earlier on.
I feel like you're going to get a whole lot of your Eagles fix from A2D across this whole next week. Starting Monday for sure.
Absolutely. That's why I didn't lead with it tonight. You know, that's why I figured, don't lead with Eagles, just because it's going to be led all next
week.
Yeah, so just save it. We'll say the same things over and over again, and then for us, Friday we'll be able to
watch the draft.
We'll be watching the draft. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of other guys on with us too, and then we'll be able to sort of dissect, what took place Thursday night. So,
I mean, Friday is the second and the third round, if I'm not mistaken. So these
second and third
picks in that.
Yep. Well, maybe unless we can move up, right, Johnny? You know what I mean?
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we will. You boys got anything else?
No, I think I'm good.
Yeah.
Didi flied out.
Yeah, he flied out.
Good inning though, regardless.
Yeah, really good inning. Now you need that shutdown bottom 7 inning right now. You know what I mean?
Let's go, Brogdon.
Who are these fans that they're showing on the broadcast? Are these famous people or what?
I have no idea.
No.
Yeah,
Nope.
last night will be fun.
They just look like people who.
It'll be fun until Howie picks Rashad Bateman 12th overall.
Oh, stop! Don't even do that to me.
Don't do that. I'll put my foot through a wall.
Yeah, there is Money Pop Podcast. They're on right now, actually, so you guys can go join them and learn how to win some money and buy nice things.
There you go.
Go check out the boys that are over there right now. They're live right on A2D, so you can find them. Check them out. We were also brought to you by EXP Realty, our man over there. You gotta go give him a call. It's Alan Ford, EXP Realty, 302-682-8820, or you can email him at alan.foy@exprealty.com. And that's if you're looking to buy, sell, or just looking for a change of career or brokerage. So more than just buying and selling. Looking to get into the game, that's the man you give a call to. That's Alan Foy, 302-682-8820. For Johnny, Pete, I'm Tom. All you animals out there that chimed in, we appreciate all of you. Who's the GOAT? Who's the GOAT? The GOAT got 15 Ks in the complete shutout.
DeGrom. He's talking about DeGrom.
Well, that's not surprising. Not surprising at all. That's what he does. Always he got to win for himself because they usually don't hit when he's in.
Yeah,
Nope.
He's 1-0.
38 and 46.
Yeah. Fam, hit that damn like, hit that subscribe. Go check out Money Pop Podcast and all the rest of the shows on A2D. We love you, and we out.